So I've moved over to bathroom 2 today. The reason I've done that is I'm still prepping a lot of the area before I can get actual plumbing done. So today I have a shower pan in this corner. It's about a 1/2 inch from the wall into the center of the floor. It has a 1/2 inch drop. So I bought some quick setting floor leveler, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that set today and give it till tomorrow so I can set the shower pan. It gives it enough time to cure. So just to bring it up, and I don't want it too low because all that water in the shower will be pitching away from the drain, and we don't want that, obviously. So make it nice and level, we'll get it set, and everything will be perfect on that. What I really need to concentrate on today is this wall behind me. As you can see, I have it. It's a 2x4 studded wall, original, but the problem with this is I'm going to have an 1.5 inch vent and a 2-inch vent coming through this, and I can't take out that much material because this is a carrying wall. And really it's the only place I can run my venting because of what's above me on the floor above, and what we have, obviously, a stairway right here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to build a false wall in front of it, or a pipe chase, really. It's not a false wall, it'll be a wall. And I'll be drilling my vents through that instead. This stays sound, and everything else will run through here to get us into our little pipe area under here, the closet, to bring us into the laundry room for bathroom 1. It's a little more work, but I have the materials on site today, and I'm going to get that done. One of the considerations that I had to keep in mind with this, moving this wall forward, is where my floor joists lay underneath, so my toilet will be able to pass through without hitting a floor joist. They run this way, so if I move my wall out too far, then I ran the risk of putting it right on top of a floor joist, where from here, my original measurement, it landed nice and neat right in between the floor joists. It moves me a little bit over, and but I'm still have a good amount of clearance. I've done a lot of that measuring already. If I didn't have that clearance, then we'd have to restructure downstairs. For my class, I don't know if you remember this, but we had to put 2x6s to sister up along the adjacent or floor joists, and then build some blocking in around all that, just to distribute the load from the floor to the other floor joists. We don't have to do that. It's a lot more work, and I'm hoping to not have to dig into the actual structure in order to make this work. But again, there's a lot of considerations and a lot of planning as you start putting things in. You can't just start cutting things out of your way to make room for your stuff. It's not going to happen. I've seen it happen on job sites. Floors start to sag. There have been stories of toilets falling actually through floors with people on them. Just poor workmanship, poor work ethic. It's all these things that we need to consider when we're starting to cut into a structure. So as you can see, there was a floor joist right here, right underneath my shower drain. And it just wasn't working out, so I needed to remove that. But in order to remove that, I have to now transfer the load that this was carrying to the 2 floor joists that are beside it. So what I did is I doubled up some 2x6s. These are true 2x6s, so they hang down a little bit more. Older wood gave us that 1/2 inch, where now we're about 5.5, sometimes 5.25 if they're really jipping out on you. So doubled these up, got double joist hangers here, and those are now holding this in place, as well as these 2 right here. And then I have single joist hangers here and here, which I had to modify a tiny bit because, as I said, this is a true 2x6, so 2 inches by 6 inches, where ours are 1.5 by 5.5 now. So I had to adjust this just a tiny bit to make up that 1/2 inch on here and here, but the load that this was carrying is now transferred to these. We have free access. As you can see, I've started plumbing in the drainage as well. That's the next video. So I think that's it for down here. All right, welcome to the future. As you can see, I have built the false wall here. Not false wall, but our pipe chase. In back here, we have our structural wall holding up everything above me. This is going to just hold drywall and hide our pipes. As you can see, I've already got some of the ventilation and the drainage in. We'll probably talk about that in the next video. Behind me over here, I've also cut in some supports for the pedestal sink. These are to the specifications. I believe it was a minimum of 36 inches and 36 inches this way, and I believe 36 inches high as well. I can't remember the dimensions right now. I'll write them down the bottom right here for you once I see them. Okay? I've taken 3 of the 2x4s that are going to hold a backer. That 2x6 right there is actually a backer for the pedestal sink. So what I've done is I've clamped my 3 boards together that it's going to be passing through. I needed to take that 1.5 inches out so that it's not sticking out, so we'll be able to drywall over it. So what I did is, as you can see, I made several relief cuts in there, chiseled all that out. Now the 2x6 fits perfectly in there. I've just got to undo the clamps. I'm going to nail all these in place, and then we will have our false wall ready to go. So other than that, the area is fairly prepped. I've got a little bit more to do for floor leveling of the shower pan, but other than that, the shower pan should go in pretty quickly. Once we get the floor down, we can install the toilet, the pedestal sink, and I believe that's it for now. So sorry for the rushness of this video, but I'm plugging along, got to keep it going. And the next video, as I said, we'll talk about venting. So thanks for tuning in, be safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.